Hello,
Hey,
everybody. Hello, hello. We got lots of people joining us right now from all over. Welcome, everybody. Give everyone a couple minutes to get in, see who we've got. Where are y'all from? Jump in the chat. Tell us where you're from. Are you excited to hear the news? I know I am.
oh,
Woohoo.
I see Vince sitting there, but he's Chris. Boy, I knew you always wanted to be me, Vince. So
I did.
thank you for joining us today as myself.
Finally,
We're
Hey,
schizophrenia.
twins, so we're
Brandon.
both called Chris.
My schizophrenia set in.
Hello, Vince. How are
Hi, how are
you?
you? Good. How are you? Good to see
Good.
you.
Good to see you.
What's behind
Wow,
Excellent.
me?
we've got a
What,
lot of people coming in.
what,
We've got some Canadians. Hey,
I've got Melissa from Connecticut, not me, the other Melissa. Oh, it's got a couple Melissas from Connecticut. I see a couple names I recognize here in the chat.
So if I get rid of you,
Hello.
I've got more other
I know
Melissas in
you got more
Connecticut to hire. So good.
she's
I'm
got
glad I
backup.
have that.
options. That's so funny.
Anyone from Ohio?
Anyone from Ohio? We do have our Hushy of the Year here, Tina.
Aw,
Hi,
Tina's on
Tina.
the back there. Hey, Tina.
Our last year's Hushy actually messaged me. She wanted to know how she could join from the airplane. I told her she needed to wait for the recording.
Well, that's dedication for you.
It sure is. Oh, we got Pennsylvania. Look at everybody here. Excellent. So, we're going to talk a little bit this morning, introduce ourselves, what we're all doing here today, why we called this exciting announcement. So, thank you all for taking time out of your day to come and join us. So, this is all about the glow up that you did not see coming, right? A little bit about Kris, our fearless leader, and she doesn't like talking about herself, so I'll talk about her for her. I'm sure you all know her by now. She is, as always, a licensed esthetician, just like the rest of us, but she always jokes around that she does not touch people's skin, and that's what she's got us for. So she has so graciously formed this wonderful line that we've been using for so many years and recently partnered with this god here. His name is Vince Spinnato. So thank you for joining us today, Vince.
Of course, thank
And
you.
he is the couture chemist, president and CEO of Turnkey Beauty, and a certified nose perfumer. You want to tell us a little bit about that, Vince?
Yeah, been a cosmetic chemist and a perfumer now for about just about over 30 years. We develop, all categories: hair care, skincare, bath and body, manicure, pedicure, baby, and of course the beautiful Hale and Hush and Chris Campbell's products, which is amazing, right? I am a perfumer as well too. So what's nice about it when we do any scent profiles that are all natural that for the Hale and Hush line specifically. We do it from scratch. Chris gets to actually do it in collaboration with me. So being in the perfumer side, and I want to make sure when I'm saying the word perfumer, we're fragrance free, but I mean that whether it's essential oil blend, or extract, anything that had any kind of a scent in the Hale and Hush products, we work on together. We do it from scratch, but that's what's really lovely about it is that doing it that way is much harder than just getting a synthetic fragrance and dropping it into a product. They'll really need to work synergistically with the base odor, make sure everything, of course, is, comedogenic, that it's like great for sensitive skin. And that's one thing that me and Chris love working together because we do a lot of back and forth collaboration to get these things 100% perfect for everybody that's using them.
And we are getting such amazing feedback on the new Hydromelon cream. So thank you so much for that wonderful creation.
Yeah. And that's a perfect example where the hydromelon, that beautiful scent in there, is a combination of melon and basil oil, so 100% natural, or basil extract, I should say, which is even which is water soluble versus oil soluble. So it's really a lovely, just natural scent that's in that product. And that's a good way to explain that you don't have to drop these synthetic fragrance into these beautiful product lines to have a nice, organic, natural, scent.
We love it. And clients are loving it right now too. There's so much great feedback on that. So to announce today, we have now elevated our quiet wash with the help of Mr. Vince here. And we are so excited to share that information with you today. And I'm going to let Chris and Vince go ahead and tell us all about this lovely, I don't know if we want to call it a reformulation, but a new formulation, right? How would you describe that?
Reimagined,
Yeah.
I guess.
Reimagined, yeah. Elevated, I like
Um,
that word.
Well, that formula is a little over 11 years old now. And, things can always be updated. And the reason we really wanted to do this with everybody and explain why we were talking about changing something is many companies out there don't tell you they're making changes. They don't tell you if they changed an ingredient or something in there, a preservative or a filler or a thickener or something. And I really felt it was important because our clientele is different. They're special. And you guys need to know when there are, when we make changes, because what if your client is allergic to something in there? Yes, I changed it, but if nobody's telling you there's changes, and you guys have had this happen, I've had it happen with other product lines that I've used, all of a sudden something comes, it doesn't feel the same. It smells a little different. Maybe it works a little bit differently. I know something's different, and then I look at the deck and it's changed and nobody told me. So we just felt that this was really important to talk about this. Vince probably hates me for this because it's one thing to create a new product like hydromelon. Yes, we had a few, A, B, and C levels of testing, different versions. Um, we go into way more levels when I have to do something like this because I said this is our first formula that we're going to do this to, and I may do this to some of the other formulas coming down the line that are a little bit older that can be elevated also. And yeah, we're working on, GHKLM on some of these versions because I know you guys, it needs to be as good or better than it was before. And Vince didn't understand that at first, but I think he's getting the message from me because I said, this is what we have to do. Quiet Wash is a staple for us. It was our first cleanser. It had to be there. So,
And I'll jump into and what Kris is alluding to is that when she's saying the A B C D F, though when I give submissions to Kris, we go in alphabetical order. So we'll have like a code number and then dash A is revision one, dash B, dash C. So normally we get to like D and E, but in this case we're like K and L. So just give you an idea of how many revisions we went through to get this perfect. And I just was literally telling Kris yesterday because I personally was like hydromelon is like let's talk. It's like the Rolls Royce of this line. It's unbelievable, right? It's unbelievable. So I expected in my brain, I expected really good feedback on that. I was kind of was expecting it. I was ready for it. The quiet wash is throwing me for a loop. I mean, yes, I wanted to really try and improve on it and make it better, of course, and always and make it cleaner and greener if possible, which we did. But like Kris mentioned, it was a benchmark cleanser that needed to be perfect and or better. And it just got way, way, way better in my opinion. And what I think that's so unique and different and new about it, and it's kind of hard to explain this, but the new surfactant system that we're using almost kind of gives it the foam almost kind of has a cushion to it and like a bounce back. So it lathers, yes, but the way we try and explain it, it's like a lacy foam is what we call it. And you actually can feel that lacy foam on the skin. It has like a more of a bounce and so as these quiet wash feedbacks are coming in, I mean, it just wasn't the one that was on my radar that people were going to be, oh my God, I mean, I said, okay, it's going to be great. We're going to make it better and for sure and get it out there, but not this good, which I'm really excited about. But it's just, so it's really, really um, beautiful. And I want to tell you guys as well, too, this also is amazing for your acneic, rosacea, eczema, psoriasis, dermatitis, acneic people as well, too. It's so, so, so gentle. And me and Kris are going to tell you why we're going to bring this up right now. I'll let you bring it up too, Kris. Um, we have a little, like I'm talking like a splash of avocado oil in here. And the word oil, I think, is throwing some of you guys off. And the reason why I want to bring that up is that avocado oil, if you were to Google it and that kind of says, oh, it's not good for acne skin. But this is the avocado oil that we're using is in a blend that's in 0.5% of the formulation. So really the avocado oil is like 0.00. So it's like fairy dust. So just so you guys know, like ignore that. If your customers ask you that question, you literally can tell them just that. It's a label claim. It's actually part of one of the surfactant blends that gives this lacy foam. So it's there for a reason, but it's so 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 minimal. And also it's not even true anyway. Oil doesn't do anything to hurt acneic
oh,
skin. So please
yeah.
don't be afraid to use it on the very serious skin conditions as well too.
Well, and avocado oil too is when you look at it on the comedogenic scale, it is a 0 to 1. It is
Mm,
like barely there as it is with avocado oil. The other thing is that I know, it took us a little bit longer on this formulation too, is because Vince didn't create the first one. I
mm.
had a different chemist in lab at that time, 11 years ago. So Vince was, kind of, it has to be as good as this, but hey, we got to make this better. But we also added marula oil in there. That's gonna work on the skin as nourishing, rich in antioxidants. We've got L-arginine, the chirally correct version in there, to help with hydration, collagen production. The argan oil is going to be in there for balancing and restoring. The nice thing about this oil is Quiet Wash was our only wash when we started. It had to work for everybody. So if somebody's really worried about, maybe they were using this before, or they're worried about any reason with the oils in there, we do have two acne safe, as everybody would call it, cleansers, if they don't want to call this acne safe because they're scared of the oil, is we do have Clarify Wash. That is great. Also, our polish, if you guys didn't know too, our polish, the refined polish, is a cleanser base with jojoba beads in it. So it is also another option for those clients. But, we've had people trying this and they're getting some really excellent results with it. I wanted to read a quick testimonial before we go into some of the other ones. I got this morning. You guys probably know Barry and Jenny from Lip Gloss and Aftershave. This is my his testimonial to me. When Kris told us Vince had reformulated the cult favorite Quiet Wash, we were instantly intrigued. After falling hard for hydromelon cream, we knew something good was coming. At first glance, the Quiet Wash looked exactly the way Hushies would want it to. Fragrance-free, crystal clear, still giving that same confidence for compromised skin. He said, but the second it hit the skin, we felt the difference. The new texture has this silky, velvety glide, like what Vince was talking about, that it feels comforting while cleansing. It's just a touch more viscous, a little richer. So it gives this great foam to it beautifully without ever feeling stripping or heavy. The entire experience feels elevated in the most thoughtful way. And honestly, if it feels this soothing on healthy skin, we can only imagine how it works on the most sensitive skins. So I thought that was really nice of Barry, because he actually called me the other day and he's like, oh my gosh, I tried this wash and I can't believe it. The chassis, like he was talking about, the base of it is so incredible. And he's like, I didn't think this could get any better, because I've been working with Quiet Wash for all this time that we've worked with them, 10 years plus. So it was a great testimonial from Barry and Jenny. And he uses a lot of different products, as you guys all know. So I thought it was a great little testimonial for what was going on with our new cleanser.
Awesome. Did you guys want to talk about any of the other ingredients in there?
Well, we've still got all the staples. So the stuff, actually had somebody yesterday ask me about horse chestnut oil or horse chestnut in there. We've had horse chestnut in there the whole time. It might not have been under the key ingredients, but it was always in there. The moringa seed is still there. The Mirabilis Lapa extract, it helps with calming and stuff. The willow herb, the olive leaf, the plantago, the birch bark, all those ingredients are still there that we had. Vince changed up the chassis or the base of it for us, worked with some different preservatives in it, and then added these really cool 4 ingredients to it to make it what it is now. So still got a lot of the same key ingredients that you guys were looking for. So that she's got her slide there with these. All that stuff is still there. So we did not remove any of those things that people are looking for. But we
And just
felt it was, go ahead.
oh no, good. I was just going to add, Kris. I'm not quite sure in the past about the like all the steps you guys use it for, but what I wanted to mention was the new surfactant system that I'm using actually has ocular studies, no tears, no sting studies. So you can very, very safely use it with a cotton pad on the eyelids, the lashes, makeup remover, eyeshadow, blush, etc. So really, you can have that extra benefit too. And that change. When I read that in the data from the surfactant suppliers, when I did try the original Quiet Wash and a new one, we actually did get a lot more makeup remover with this new one. So again, I'm not sure if you guys used that all in the past for that, but you can now if that wasn't the case before. Just another extra little thing you can do, because somebody asked in the chat about the lashes, and we have the ocular studies for that, and no tears, no sting.
So
Meaning, yeah.
I think what they're asking about in the chat, Vince, is they're concerned about the oils in it.
Hmm.
Because there is some oils in that for the lashes. So
For
we didn't
lash
do a lot of testing with it for that, but I think we would need to do some more testing with it for sure with the lashes. I don't know. Did you
Yeah.
have anybody, Melissa, get to test
Yeah,
it?
I do have a few people trying it now, but I think specifically lash extensions is what they're talking, like lash
Okay.
extensions,
Okay.
lash lifts,
Okay.
things of that nature. Because I know that a lot of times that the different oils will break down the glues and the adhesions from
Okay.
extensions themselves. So that's what we're working on, a little bit more testing. But like Vince said, it's a very minimal amount. So I'm guessing it shouldn't break that down. However, still need a little bit more time on that one.
Yeah, and that's a really good point to make sure we're very clear. What it's doing to the glue, I couldn't tell you, but what I'm talking about really is the safety. So get using it on the lid, on the lashes, on the eyes, totally safe, even for children as well too. But to your point, let's just keep doing more testing on the actual glue. I doubt that it would break it down, but it's always a possibility. But I don't think it would. It should. There really shouldn't do that. I personally, I also do microblading for my brows. I do it. I've done it once, of course, but I do redo it every about 4 or 5 months. Um I swim like multiple times. Like today's like it's 9 in the morning. I already swam twice today, so I swim all the time. So I redo it. And the reason why I'm mentioning that is I use a quiet wash like directly, like even minutes after they blade me, and I'm still like open up from the wounds, and I no problem, no pain. It gets the extra tattooing, makeup stuff off really quickly.
And that goes for body art as well. I'm assuming, Vince, right? I know we use the original formula
Yeah,
on
I
tattoos.
actually, yeah, and I'm actually glad you brought that up. I didn't even tell Chris this yet. I'm gonna tell. I'll tell you now. So Chris already knows I'm on the board of directors of a really amazing charity here in Orange County called Mission Plasticos, and what we do is that we pay for post mastectomy work on women, obviously women. But so in America, when you have a mastectomy, that's all covered. And but then the part that's not covered is the reconstruction. All these women are left deformed, unfortunately, after these are done, and they feel horrible about themselves. So we pay for the full reconstruction of the breast, nipple tattooing, a nipple replacement, in general. So the reason why I'm bringing it up, we had a satellite event last week of that called Cup Couture, and Cup meaning the breast and the bustier. So we actually did nipple tattooing at the event last week, and we used quiet wash on all of them. So we to get off the extra makeup and stuff, that's what we use. So that's what I had in the lab. I knew it was safe and I brought it. Again, obviously a different part of the body, but just want to tell you how gentle it was. None of the ladies had any kind of pain problem. It was very, very gentle. And not only that, again, this new surfactant system really helps break down the makeup just better, in my opinion, than the original one. So it's just kind of just a little extra thing. So anybody doing some nipple tattooing, there you go.
Any kind of tattooing. So that's
Any kind
great.
of
Yep.
tattooing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Permanent makeup
Great.
or
No, thanks, Vince.
Yeah, I have a
yeah.
lot to speak on about that in particular. I have a tattoo shop along with the spa.
Oh,
So a
so
lot of
Sierra,
yeah,
introduce yourself really quick so that they all
yes,
know who you are jumping out here.
sure. My name's Sierra Landis. I've been an esthetician for 12 years. I am the owner of White Rose Waxing and Spa here in Ohio, and I also have a tattoo shop, Black Rose Tattoo Studio in Canfield. And I've been doing that for about 15 years.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, that's good to have stuff with the tattooing because everybody's looking for products that work on that, afterwards and while the healing
Yes.
process goes.
Yes, and I don't have to worry. So, one of the biggest things in tattooing is keeping chemicals away from that open wound. And I know when I have my permanent makeup clients or my husband has his body tattoo clients, these are products that I feel safe sending them home with. And usually, how it works is the clients that we have up there, we kind of bounce them back and forth. So, these are tried and true quiet wash users, Hale Hush users, and I've had so many questions over the years. Hey, can I use quiet wash on my tattoo? And I'm like, yes, please. That's one of actually the safest things that you can do for it. And oftentimes I tell them to pair it with Hush Hydrate Gel. So it really has so many uses, truly, both in terms of my job here at the spa, client at home care, and tattoo shop related stuff. So,
Great.
Yeah, and Sierra,
Thank
just
you.
just to add to that too, for your language with your clients, the one thing we don't talk about a lot about, we just don't talk about a lot, is actually the pH of products, and this is
yes,
pH balanced, and that's one of the reasons why it's so safe. It's right there in the neutral range. So again, I also do I have permanent eyeliner as well too, which is very very
nice.
raw, as you know, and I use
Yes,
it right on top of that. And again, when your pH
beautiful.
balanced like this, which is why one of the, and again, I don't know what the pH was originally, Chris, or the original one, but this one is more neutral. So it's just really, really, very, very, very gentle.
Original was 5.87. Chris, maybe you'll
Mhm.
have to correct me on
Yep,
that.
yep,
But
yep. I
that
think
is
it was. The new one is 5.18.
Yeah, so that is
Yeah.
something also that I've already been talking about with my spa clients, but I think is a really excellent selling point to tattoo shop customers as well.
Mhm.
Right.
So I
No,
jumped
thank
ahead
you.
a couple slides just to go on that pH
Yep.
standpoint there of the 5.18. And then also just to reiterate, the sizes will still remain the same. So it's a 3.3, 6.2, and then the back bar will be a 16.9. So I jumped ahead and I'll go back to where we were before.
Nope, work. I mean, we kind of went through that. I mean,
Yeah.
we've got what do you got after this, Melissa? Because I was going to get
That's it. Just why you'll love it and
so we wanted to
quiet
bring up
wash.
some of the testimonials that we had.
Yep.
Maybe we could get Abby. Do you want to jump on and tell us who you are and give us your, I know you got some wash when we were up at the Chicago show.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
I can.
Oh,
Yeah, we can.
okay, good. Sorry. So I'm Abby Corcoran. I'm a licensed esthetician I'm in the Clio, Michigan area. But I'm new-ish to the industry. I've been in about 3 years. But Hale and Hush was the first line that I felt comfortable partnering with and actually brought in my treatment room because I felt like I wasn't going to hurt anybody with it. Like I felt very safe being a very new unknowledged almost esthetician, but to the point now where obviously I'm much more knowledged and things like that, but I have been loving it and my clients love using it at home and of course in the room. But yeah, the new formulation, when I got that, I was like, okay, this is new and exciting. I already huge believer obviously in the Quiet Wash original. And my first actual thoughts as I was putting it on my skin in the shower, because I like to try it on myself first, and I also like wash my face right away because I was so excited. Um, it had a luxurious feel to it that the original Quiet Wash, like I've always felt clean, but this one had that extra like that luxe feel. And on top of that, I do wear lash clusters with a glue, not like the same as extensions, but I do like I'll wash my lashes and I'll kind of go into them. And I haven't had any issues with my glue breaking down faster. And it's just like a normal lash glue. So just to give a little insight on that one. But I have noticed that like, usually when you wash your face, you get that squeaky clean and it's like a little dry and you're like, okay, I need to put that serum on right away, or I need to put my moisturizer on. I don't feel that way with the new formulation. Like I feel like it's just adding more, and especially living in Michigan where this earlier this week we were at almost 80 degrees. Today we're around 55. There's always those bends and lows, and I don't feel the harsh of the dry anymore like I used to. So I'm loving the new formulation big time.
Good, thank you. Now we wanted to have a couple people on here. Sarah, do you want to come back and tell us what you've been practicing with the new wash?
Yeah,
You got it?
so I do have lash extensions. Now, for me personally, because of the oils, I don't know yet. I'm going to wait until it's tested a little bit more with you guys to see how I speak about that in particular with my clients. As for me, though, I also have not noticed anything. And I use it on my eye area a lot. I wear eyeliner, so. Just like the last speaker, I get in there, I get into my lash line and I scrub it, and I have not noticed anything negative whatsoever. So I have that to speak on. Um, one of the first things that I noticed, it's got a beautiful aroma to it. It's so silky smooth. I truly was so impressed just by how it feels on my hands, how it feels on my skin. And one of the things that I noticed in particular, because I wear full face makeup every day, and it emulsifies the makeup off the skin beautifully. In fact, the way that I've been using it in the treatment room, I used to go in with an oil-based cleanser first to remove the makeup and residue off the skin, and then go in with my quiet wash. Well, I haven't been doing that because there really hasn't been much of a need because it is so silky and smooth, and it really does a great job at emulsifying that makeup off of the skin. So that for me is huge because that's one less product that I have to buy. And also from a client perspective, it simplifies their routine. Also it's one less thing that they have to buy if they're wearing a full face of makeup every day. So I do really like that a lot. I do love how everybody's been saying, the original formula was amazing. It was great. It was perfect. A 10 out of 10. But this formulation has truly it has been elevated. It is so luxurious. It is so silky smooth. So I've really been enjoying it the last probably 5 or 6 nights now. I've used it every night. I've used it every day in the treatment room. And even my male clients have been loving it and have been speaking on how smooth it makes their skin. So again, just the same as the original formulation, this is just so universally beneficial to everybody.
Yeah,
Oh, thank
I
you.
just wanted to add to that too, Sierra. And I always like to bring up the guy aspect of it too, like I did many times ago with the new mask we have. Like I mentioned, I think before, if you guys were on the call, that I shave with it. Because it's just an amazing, the charcoal mask and also
Very boost.
the berry boost. 'Cause I have me. Chris is laughing at me because I have all my working titles of these SKUs in the lab because we work on it for a couple of years. But then like I keep forgetting that my Mandelic cleanser is actually the clarify wash. But that's but I still gotta remember what that is. But what I just wanted to say was again after I shave, I'm now using Quiet Wash to take the berry boost or the charcoal mask off. And again, obviously when a man shaves or after you ladies shave your legs too, it's the same thing. So just to help with that inflammation, I don't get like that. I'm not getting like that tingle with that tingling or that kind of kickback when I use many other cleansers over the years after I'm washing my stuff off, the shaving cream off, in this case the berry boost, right after I shave. So this could be the one SKU, Chris, maybe we do in the body eventually because not only we're talking about the tattooing, the nipple tattooing, we're talking about being able to potentially use it for post shaving. It's got amazing surfactant and sud activity to it. So this maybe could be a body product one day. I know we don't do body, but just putting it out there for someone also said in the chat it'd be a great body wash, which I agree as
I
well too.
actually use it like that. I use Quiet
Yeah.
Wash on my entire body. So do my kids. So
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Mm.
Well, thank you
Um,
guys. What do we
there's
have? Shirley got
there's
something
one
else?
other testimonial who I just allowed to talk,
Oh, all
Vanessa.
right. Oh, got her. Okay.
Vanessa, I think you should be able to unmute yourself and just talk. Hopefully Shirley told her she was going to be talking. Vanessa, are you there? See if she can do it.
Let's see. While she is doing that, I can jump on and totally attest to definitely the tattooing, using it as a cleanser for tattooing. And I always say I'm using it off label branding here, but as you know, I have a bunch of tattoos and the Quiet Wash has always been my go-to, and I'm sure will continue to be my go-to. It definitely felt very silky. So I had the original Quiet Wash. I did my first cleanse, did a second cleanse with the new one, and immediately I was like, yes, this is very nice. The glow up we didn't know that we needed, and this is super nice. So I do have some testimonials while
Read
Vanessa,
some for us.
Vanessa.
We need to make Vince's head swell even more because I made him work really hard for this one. So,
I think Vanessa's
Yeah.
on now.
where is she on,
Okay,
Vanessa?
sure.
Vanessa, are you there?
Yes, I am. I'm so sorry. I just left an event at my daughter's school, so I was driving, but I pulled over. I wasn't.
Good. We're
No
glad you
issues.
pulled over. Thank you.
Yes. Well, so my name is Vanessa. I've been using Hale Hush for a little over 2 years in my practice, and I've used products in my back bar for much longer. But you guys have quickly become my main line. I did get the Quiet Wash in the mail a couple weeks ago, and I was so excited. For me, my favorite thing is the way it is the initial cleanse, removing the makeup. A lot of my clients do wear full faces of makeup, and when they come in, I was having to do a double, sometimes triple cleanse with other cleansers and other lines to be able to really get all the makeup off. With this one cleanse, and it is lifting away all the makeup, sunscreen, and the skin is just so soft and hydrated, and my clients are loving it. And I've only used it in the back bar. I mean, I haven't started retailing the new formulation yet.
Awesome.
Thank you. We love to hear these stories. So I'm glad everybody's loving it, and that's good. And thank you again, Vanessa, for jumping on and pulling over for us.
Thank you so much. You guys have a
Drive
great day.
safely.
Thank you. And Shirley, you've got some more testimonials of people in Moraine. We picked a kind of a few people that we sent this out to early before we started bringing this up to do this because we wanted to make sure everybody loved it. We had to, after we thought we loved it and Vince loved it, we sent it out to some core people to do some extra testing with us from. But Shirley's got a couple more testimonials for some people that couldn't jump on today for us.
Yes. So the first one is going to be from one of our great clients, Jacqueline. And she wrote us a really long one about how much she loved it. But I'm going to take a few excerpts from here. And she said that she was first very she said she wanted to be honest. She panicked when she received this new formulation because her treatment space is there for her really sensitized clients. 90% of them are using quiet wash. And so she said, oh gosh, oh my, they're not going to like it. And, she said that unexpectedly it shows up. And from the very first use, I felt immediate relief. It looked the same, smelled the same, but felt even more elevated than before. My skin felt noticeably more hydrated after cleansing, and I could absolutely feel the benefits of the added marula, argan, and avocado oils. Now, she also says it felt buttery, soft, without even using the water, almost performing like an oil cleanse, but in a gel form. And I completely agree with her on that. That was one of the things that I felt like. I also wear very heavily pigmented eyeshadows and top notch. Now, she says, the Hale Hush team truly knocked it out of the park with this reformulation. My initial stress quickly turned into genuine excitement. I can't wait to introduce this to my clients and bring it fully into my treatment room. Now, thank you so much for that, Jacqueline. That is absolutely amazing testimonial. We've got another one from Lindy. Personally, I love it, and I think it's great formulation. You really can't tell much of a difference between using it by itself. But when I first started using it, I compared the two together and cleansed first with the old and then cleansed again with the new. And the new one felt lighter and silkier. 10 out of 10. Good change.
Good.
Let's
No,
see.
this is
And
great.
one more here. We've got surprised by the bottle in the mail, but so thankful I got it and love it. Thanks, Kiara.
Yeah, I thought it was important to get some of our testimonials on here because I know people are afraid when people make changes. And I think, oh my gosh, and then people start writing, oh, they made a change. And like, well, what happened? What's wrong with it? What's right with it? And I think we did a great job with our 15 versions through Vince, but I think we've gotten some really good reviews back on it.
There's a couple questions that I saw in the chat that I'd like to address. Well, one, I guess, would be a question for Vince. Coconut oil allergy and avocado oil allergies.
Well, yeah. So there actually is not coconut oil in the product, but the surfactants are hybrids, of coconut oil. So again, it is a very, very low level. But if you have an allergy to it, I would definitely do a patch test first. But I have tried it on other people that have coconut allergies, and there's been no issue. So it sounds kind of an oxymoron. Again, it's not. The coconut oil is not added to it, which is actually its own ingredient, but their surfactants are derived from coconut, and but then they're synthesized, and a lot of that coconut stuff is kind of removed from it. So you actually might end up being okay with it, being the way it is. But there is no coconut oil. Again, the avocado oil is in there as part of the system of one of the surfactants, but it's literally like fairy dust level. It's so minute. It's 0.1% of a 0.5% blend. So it's like, so of 100% formulation, it's like 0.01. It's literally like fairy dust. So most likely not even gonna, move the needle for you if you have that allergy. But again, I'm not a doctor, obviously, but definitely always do a patch test first, on your arm or underneath the arm or something first, just to make sure. But my gut is telling me that you'd be totally fine with it, even the coconut allergy people, because it's just not coconut oil dropped into this formulation. It's just a small portion of the surfactant system.
Good to know. And then somebody asked about using it on oily skin. I think that that's completely fine. I think that's totally fine. I think my first choice would probably be Clarify Wash, just because of the mandelic in there. Do you agree with that, Vince?
I do, and I am oily skinned. So that's exactly what I do. Like I mentioned, I would use the Mandelic before the quiet wash got finished on my shaving and stuff, and now I switched to the for my post shaving, I should say. But now I switched to the quiet wash because I don't have that much of a tingle, because we do have the mandelic acid right in the one. So again, but being oily skin, I use when I'm not shaving, that's the one I use all week long. My husband, for example, also has oily skin, but gets a lot of ingrown because he has a much thicker beard and stuff. He only uses quiet wash. So that so it just depends on really your skin type. Men versus women as well too. But it is I go between both, but I now switch to the quiet wash for post and pre-shaving, and I'm using the Mandelic clarify, excuse me, the clarify wash on the rest of the week.
Awesome.
And
And
I'm
then
I'm very oily.
good to know. And then there was another question about dermaplaning. Is this a good cleanser to use pre-dermaplaning? And I would say absolutely yes.
Yeah,
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 you
for
could do
sure. Yeah.
the quiet wash as your first cleanse and then maybe do the clarify if you want to get a little bit more off. But I
Yeah.
think it would be great as the first cleanse and then, the second cleanse with the clarify if your client can do it. Otherwise, just do two cleanses with the quiet wash. It's going to
Mhm.
depend on how their skin is, the condition of their skin the day that you do the dermaplaning.
Absolutely. If anybody has any other questions, I'm going to go over a couple final notes. But if there's any other questions, throw them in the Q&A section so they don't get lost in the chat. We might have missed a couple in there, so my apologies if we did. But a few final notes we want to talk about is that if you are ready to place your order for our new Quiet Wash, it's going to be live tonight at midnight. So if you order it right now after the Zoom, you're going to get the old bottle. So make sure that if you do want the new one specifically and you are ordering today, that you call the office and tell them that you specifically want the old formulation or the new formulation. And the same thing goes for tomorrow. If you place an order, if you want, it's going to automatically ship the new product tomorrow. However, if you want the old product, you need to make a notation of that. And I think that is on our next slide. Yeah. So the old formula is available only by request and while supplies last. So you need to be very clear on that. So does that make
Yeah, they
sense?
won't be able to even order the old one through the website. They're going to need to call the office as of midnight tonight because it will be the new SKU. So there is a new SKU. So the other one used to be HH100 and then whatever size it was. The new one is HH110 because it is a new formula. So, if you're emailing in, make sure to let us know, and then we will have the old one while supplies last. And I don't remember if Melissa had this on there, but I did do a little price increase, but don't freak out, people. It is the same price as the Clarify wash. It literally went up $1. So I have not done, I know Shirley's been with me a long time, Melissa's been with me a long time. I think my last price increase, unless it was a new product that we launched, was before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So this did not like go way up and anything like that. So we made it the same exact price as the Clarify wash now. So just so that everybody knows that. And we're doing the 15% off on the new formula through May 24th, starting at midnight tonight. So that's a great way to get started with that. We have the new samples available. So if you write samples in your order, you will be getting the new ones, unless you specify you want the old formula. Then we have the old samples still. The bottles look exactly the same, guys. So be careful on your shelves because I didn't want to, it's still quiet wash. You just have to look at the ingredient deck. So, if you want to pull the old ones aside as you're bringing the new ones, they looks exactly the same. You just have to look at the ingredient deck.
Good to know. And then just a reminder that our hydromelon, because it was so phenomenal, sold out of stock so quickly. However, we do have it back in stock now, and Kris is still offering the 20% discount until May 10th on that one.
So yeah,
stock up.
That
We
one
sold it out
actually
way
sold
faster.
out in Chicago, right, Kris? That
Yeah,
one was the
yeah.
first one to sell out in Chicago at the trade show. Anyone who tried it, it was like they were buying 5 at a time or more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
that's why I was joking in the beginning. I was telling Chris, I was like, when this hydromelon comes out, so just gonna like sit back in the chair and just like watch these accolades and these awards come in for you guys. And the quiet wash just like completely threw me for a loop. I said I really just like got my brain get it out there to the world and then we're gonna move on. But it's it's just really performing a lot better than we thought it was going to. And I haven't tried the old one side by side for. I mean, like Chris said, this quiet wash reformulation has been almost 2 years. This has not been
Yeah.
fast.
I've been working on
So
this 2 years, guys. It's a
yeah,
long time to try to get this
so
right.
I kind of forgot what the old. So to me and my world, I only been working with the new one last. And my other chemist Huli is on here as well. To Julieta, she's in the chat somewhere, and she's been working on it with me for the last year and a half now. And with having a new chemist in the lab with me is great because I have a she's you can't see her, but she's a lot younger than me, but also way more intelligent. So it's good to have her. So we had that new young blood in my lab too to kind of, and the reason why I'm mentioning that it does come into play when I'm formulating things because me and Kris are just getting older, so we're trying to make sure we're keeping everything up to date and cool, new, exciting, and sexy. Because I mean, sex sells, right? We want these things to be sexy, and the part that's really exciting about this is like you got a lot of you mentioned is the luxury. This I put this against a La Prairie or Chanel tomorrow morning as far as how it feels, the luxury again, that bounce in the cushion of the foam. It really is luxurious.
Nope, you knocked it out of the park, Vince.
So we have one more cool introduction. I think some of you may have already heard about this. However, we are finally announcing our Hushy Helpers. These are note card size postcards. Oh, you
Weird on
can't.
my screen. I can't really show right.
And they're on like a cardstock, right, Kris? It's like a thicker
Well, they're
paper.
on. It's kind of a glossy cardstock, so it's almost like a water,
Resistant.
like a menu, almost like a type of a thing. So it's almost like a menu paper. So if it gets wet in the treatment room, it's not going to get damaged necessarily. I guess if you soak it in it, it might, but yeah, not necessarily on your first couple tries.
So we envisioned these for people who are maybe new in the industry or front desk staff or new to Hale and Hush, and you're not really sure where to go with what different skin conditions. So for example, the one that we're seeing here, sensitive, sensitized, or reactive. What products would you go for first? And then what protocol would you go for first? And so it'll give you the retail suggestions. It'll give you what to introduce first, what to introduce the next time they come in, also what to suggest in the treatment room and how to really treat their skin, and then also what other protocols you might want to go to next time. So it's really a cheat sheet, I guess you can say, for any esthetician or any front desk staff or any management staff, really just to help you and support you and to boost your retail sales is what it's really geared towards. So we do have these for sale.
Yep, I was going to give you guys some more titles of what's in here. I think there's like 14 or 15 cards. So we've got compromise barrier. I've got congestion, non-inflamed acne, dry acne for the face and body, general skin brightening, aging and glycation, rosacea, pre, peri, and postmenopause. What else? Steroid withdrawal, folliculitis. So there's a lot of good things. The little ring opens up. So if we add more down the line where we come up with things, I guess maybe we need to create a card for shaving because Vince uses everything with shaving. We need to come up with Vince's little quick hints. But yeah, I think these are really nice for everybody. They're $12. They're available. They'll be available on the website at midnight tonight as well.
And just
So
to add to it, if anyone here is an educator, whether Hale and Hush educator or one of our distributor partners, these are going to be so amazing for baby esties or students that really need that extra help and love when they're going out on their own. So I think this is going to be like a top seller for sure. So you might want to get some more because I know I'm going to be selling a lot of them.
I feel like we take that for granted, right? Surely, like we're so used to certain things, and although we can maybe just look at someone's skin and say, this is what I'm going to do for them, I forget what it was like so many years ago, being like, I need to follow my protocol to a T, right? I remember having to like literally look at my step by step. Otherwise, I didn't know what I was doing in the treatment room, and that's totally okay. And that's how we learn. And this is where this is kind of originated from. So hopefully it helps.
And ladies, I also wonder now that you guys are this is the first time I've seen this, which is I'm actually texting my chemist Huli privately. We're saying this is amazing. What a great idea this is. But also I'm wondering, I wonder if we should add like two more cards. They're not conditioned, but maybe we should add a shaving card and a permanent makeup card because so many of you ladies are doing permanent makeup, on your clients that I think we almost could build a regimen for those two those two treatments as well. Again, when I'm saying shaving, I'm saying the legs as well too. Bikini, legs, men's faces, etc. We can do one card for shaving, do a whole protocol for that, and a whole protocol for permanent makeup because there's so much permanent makeup now. I mean, eyes, brows, microblading, lashes. I mean, the tattooing around the eyelids, etc. I do most of it myself, so that'd be good too, maybe two to add because that'd be nice. I mean, I never saw anybody that had like a protocol, for makeup. I mean, for permanent makeup, that'd be amazing.
Yeah,
For
he's
sure.
just adding more work, Melissa. Did you
I
just
know.
hear that? My
I'll put
gosh,
that
you
on
know
my
how
to-do
long it
list.
took us to get all this updated and done? Oh my gosh, Vince just likes to add work. Hey, as long
Yeah.
as I see this Hushy thing on here, I'm gonna try to stand up a little bit. Or if you guys can see this, I don't know if you guys have all seen that we have the new Hushy shirts on the website as well, besides the barrier repair ones. So definitely check out the shirts that we have besides the barrier repair. And then we'll talk about the scholarships. You guys know we have scholarships every year.
Just
These
wanted to
are
remind everybody that this is
Yep.
open right now. I know we have a couple schools that are on, so just remind your students to register for this. And it's not only for students, any esthetician, regardless of how many years experience you have in the industry, anybody is invited to apply for this. We have different tiers, and the more the merrier, because Kris loves reading all the stories.
Yeah. And you guys, it says we give away two for the first category of new 0 to 2 years of estheticians, and then $1,000 to each of the other two categories. Um, I read those stories and look how many I gave away last year. I expanded my scholarship opportunities. So you guys do, when you win this, it isn't cash, it is classes and products with Hale Hush. But it is a great opportunity, whether you've been in the industry 20 years, you're just getting restarted, you're doing something and doing facials and maybe been doing something else, or you're a brand new esthetician or student. So definitely register for that. And we announce those usually early December.
And you
So,
can find the link in our link tree, which is on our social media at any of our Instagram. Just go there, go into the link tree, and the direct link is right in there. It's also on the website as well. We have lots coming up in May and June. I got anxiety typing this up last night. I was like, whew. Kris and I next weekend will be in Dallas. The end of the month, Kris, myself, and Tatiana will be in Orlando. On May 21st, we have an amazing 1-hour complimentary product treatment. What is it called?
webinar.
Complimentary webinar. Thank you. It's going to be about tools and treatments. So expanding your sensitive skin services safely. We've got three of our educators plus Brandon from Chicago joining us. Brandon Evans, if anyone knows him. I don't know if he's on here today. So we've got
Brandon Bramwell.
Okay. Is that his last name?
Yep.
Oh, why don't
Or no?
Evans?
It's Evans.
It's
Yeah.
Brandon
I guess I'm
Bramwell, and
looking.
he's on here.
Yeah.
Hey, Brandon.
So
Yeah,
he
it's
will
Brandon
be.
Evans. So that's why I see, because sometimes I see Evan and now it's a Bramwell. I thought so. Depends on how he shows up on our
On our
socials.
things. Gotcha. So I always don't know him as Brandon Evans. So my bad.
Yeah.
All right, just Brandon. We'll just call you Brandon. So he'll be on as our special guest with Tatiana, Laura, and Shirley, talking about different tools and their favorites. Then in June, we have our menopausal skin solutions class, as well as Acne Mastery 1 and 2 with Kristen, our acne educator. Just a reminder that you do need to take a product knowledge course prior to the Acne Mastery 1 and 2. So we have one coming up May 11th and one June 8th before that. So be sure you have already taken that. Super important. And then another one I really wanted to stress is June 25th with Dr. Erin Madigan Fleck. That is one that I am so looking forward to. But Kris, you know that I'm going to be on an airplane during that time. So I'm a little sad about that. But she's going to be talking about skin assessment. And that's something that I feel like every esthetician can always work on, skin assessment and navigating signals and signs. She is a phenomenal educator from the company is called Derma Education TV. If you haven't already watched any of her classes, I highly recommend them. So that's where you can find us up and coming.
Well, wait, go back. Be Well Vegas, which used to be IECSC, is now Be Well. And guess who's going to be at Vegas if you guys are going, besides Hale Hush? Vince Spinnato will be there. Vince and I are doing a class there. We are also going to be doing a class with Morag Curran. You guys know from the Soul Silo Oncology Aesthetics International. We are launching a new program there called Neurosomatic Care for Estheticians. That will be launched at the Vegas show. And then we also, if you come by the booth, if you're at the show, we are going to be doing demos with the Diamond Tome hydrodermabrasion and microdermabrasion machines working on tattoos. We're doing tattoo refreshes. So make sure to come by. If you guys are at the Vegas show, come by, see Vince, come by, see Marag. We'll all be there. Maybe I'll get some of Vince's books to have at the booth. If you've never read Vince's book, which I have right back here, called My Pursuit of Beauty, and I can't probably show it on this screen because it's blurred. We'll get Vince have some of his books there as well. But yeah, if you guys are at the Vegas show, we got lots of stuff happening there this year.
Anybody coming? We'll see.
Wow.
See, I went too fast for her. If anyone needs to click this QR code, this will bring you right to the scholarships. It'll bring you to our Facebook group, our website, anything and everything that is Hale and Hush is listed on this QR code. But one thing I do want to point out, if you haven't already, is to listen to our newest podcast that started this past January with Kristen. It's called Hush Up and Listen, and you can find it on Spotify and YouTube. And a new version launches every fourth Monday of the month. So we're super excited about that. And also all of our webinars always go to our YouTube channel. So if you ever miss any of the webinars, you can go back to YouTube and watch any of our education on there.
We've got a great monthly blog that Laura does. She's one of our educators as well. All of our stuff for the month usually works around like a certain topic or something like that. So her monthly blog follows right around there. So if you guys get a chance to read that as well, it's always posted on the website. In the resources section.
Perfect. And as always, why are we amazing for your spa? We never have any minimum orders. We always offer drop shipping directly to your client if you need it. And drop shipping direct to your client is you placing the order, you taking the payment, and we just do the drop shipping. We just ship it to the client directly. It's not us taking your client's information and selling directly to your client. So that's a big difference between a lot of what we do in a lot of these affiliate programs. We have no desire for any of your client sales. We do not sell direct to the public.
I don't want to talk to consumers all day. So estheticians is enough. We're not doing consumers.
So we're an easy to use product line with amazing in-depth education for you, safer in all your treatment rooms, and versatility in your treatments. We do offer complimentary 45-minute welcome calls. So if you are newer to Hale and Hush and you do have any questions or concerns or want to just learn more, you can set that up. Also, there is a link on that previous QR code to set up your complimentary welcome call with Shirley, who's on here with us today. Or Tatiana is also, Tatiana and Kristen, I believe, also do the welcome calls. Whenever you place an order, we always give you matching samples complimentary. So if you order 3 quiet washes, you're going to get 3 quiet wash samples. And we have an exceptional customer service team. None of our customer service is on today. However, they are always willing to answer your questions. And just for clarification purposes, our sales and support team are licensed estheticians. So they can always answer your questions for you. And most importantly, for me as a business owner and an esthetician, I like to know that Hale and Hush is not sold direct to the consumer. And this is really important nowadays, especially that we at Hale and Hush do not sell to them. We only sell to you guys. So those are why we are amazing for you. And I just wanted to jump into the Q&A and see if there was any questions in there. Do we have any?
Yeah, somebody wanted to know if the new quiet wash samples are also going to be released at midnight.
Yep, we've got them. I mean, if you call today and you order the new quiet wash and the samples, just tell them you want the new samples or whatever. I'm going to tell you the packets look exactly the same. So make sure ones you have in stock, maybe you need to put a little Sharpie dot on them. So you know that that's the old formula and this is the new formula, because obviously we don't have enough room on those packets to put ingredient index. So that would probably be the easiest way, is to maybe take a little Sharpie and just put a dot on the old ones, or set those aside, give those to grandma, whatever you want to do, or just start with those new ones and let's get that new one rolling out, because I think they're going to love it.
Awesome. Well, does anyone else have any last minute questions for Mr. Vince or for Kris or any of the team that's on today, or any of our amazing estheticians who came on as our guests today?
Yeah. Thank you, Sierra. Thank you for Vanessa jumping on, Abby, all you guys that gave testimonials that Shirley was reading. We're going to be rolling out some of those because we really want people to get excited about this. But again, we really felt this was important to do as we did this refresh, elevation, or whatever we want to call this. Like I'm going to tell you guys, we are probably going to be doing some other of the older formulas coming up in the next couple years. Vince is like going to work for me forever because it's going to take forever to do that because it's taking us so long to get it exactly right for you guys. But I think it's a great addition, and we have new things coming out too. So it's not just these updates. There's going to be some other new things that we've already approved that Vince didn't have to do 15 versions of it that are going to be coming for you later this year.
Kris,
With
Pam wanted
that
to
being said,
remind
I
you.
have my, you guys showed off your shirt, your Hushy shirt. Well, I've got the What Would Kris Do?
That is
And
the most important shirt
2026
ever.
is gearing up to be such an amazing educational opportunity for those of you who really want to get to know us more. And of course, releasing products here and there. So keep your eyes out on our page, on the email marketing. So if you haven't signed up for email, definitely sign up for those emails because you'll be the first to know. We like to give you little hints here and there, but this shirt is one of my favorites because what would Kris do? She's going to go bigger, better, great formulations. So along with Vince,
I need to get my husband that shirt. I don't know if he knows what Kris would do. What were you going to say? You said, Melissa, what were you saying?
Pam Huck responded that she wanted to remind you about the ASCP awards if you wanted to say anything about that.
I figured, when you said that she was on there, I was guessing in the back of my brain. I didn't say that. So you guys are the first to know this. We made it to finalists for ASCP for 4 different categories this year. Of course, one of the categories is the product we launched last year, which would be the Clarify Wash by Vince Spinnato. It is up for best wash this year. So this is all going to get announced in Vegas, but we found out we were a finalist. We also found out we were a finalist for best moisturizer with the Vital Lipid Lotion, best eye serum with the Brilliant Eye and Lip Serum, and also, of course, best sensitive skincare line. And I did find out from Pam, since she's bringing up ASCP, Pam is up as a finalist for best distributor out there for Med Spa Distributors. Congratulations.
Good job, ladies.
And then next year, of course, because the Quiet Wash and the Hydromelon got launched a little later than when the original voting was, we know we're going to see us in the awards for next year's winnings for Vince's new formulations.
For sure.
Yeah. So, no, thank you guys for everything. Reach out with any questions. My staff's here to answer phones. You guys, if you need to get a hold of me over the weekend, and you don't have my cell phone. If you call the office and you listen to the whole message, it gives my cell phone. So if you guys have questions over the weekend about this Quiet Wash and what we're doing or need to get something in, just give me a call and let me know. But if you want the old formula still, which I know you don't after this webinar, you just have to call the office and request that separately because that's why supplies last. I don't know how many exact pieces we have in the back, but I know we might even just get stuck with them all because you guys are all going to be buying the new one.
Did you say that one of the sizes was already sold out?
The 16 ounce is sold out, I believe. I'd have to check with Emily, but I think it is out of stock right now.
I thought you said one of them was. Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Yep. So
right,
I know for sure we have some 6 ounce and 3 ounce.
15% off starting tonight at midnight until the 24th. Don't forget to stock up on your Hydromelon also, which is 20% off till the 10th, which is the end of this weekend. And don't forget to register for some of our upcoming classes. We can't wait to see you all. Thanks again for
another
coming.
question that came up. Was the discount already going to be applied to the products or did they need to enter anything in?
Nope, they don't need to enter anything. It will show up on the website at 15% off. It should show up that if it doesn't, we will apply it when it gets here. Sometimes there's technical issues sometimes when you're doing stuff in the middle of the night and it's supposed to start, but it will be the new formulation starting at midnight and it will be 15% off.
And thank you, Vince, for coming on today and answering all of our questions.
Of course, my pleasure.
All right,
we'll have
everyone.
Vince on here for more stuff as we launch new stuff. Vince gets on here. We get all his insights of how he's using stuff too, because he doesn't tell me how he's testing everything.
Yeah, I'm doing it I'm going rogue.
Thank you again, everyone. I hope you have a great day. And don't forget, if you missed any of this, we'll be up on YouTube probably by tomorrow. Midnight,
Thanks,
what
everybody.
time zone? Kris, is it midnight Eastern or midnight?
I think she does it at midnight Eastern. I'll make sure Brenda does it at midnight Eastern.
All
Well, that might
right.
be a little earlier this week. So
Vince, you had a question. You had a comment, the nips to nuts guy.
Oh,
yes.
that's
Yes,
me.
if people didn't hear that, so when we launched the Hydromelon, we were on a webinar with lip gloss and aftershave, and people asked Vince how he used Hydromelon. And where'd you say, neck to nuts or nips to nuts?
Neck to nuts. The whole most you wherever you can spread it.
Using it as his body lotion. I don't
That's
know what
it.
he's doing.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody. Well, have a great
Okay.
day. See
Okay,
you
bye.
later.
Thank
Everybody.
you.
Have a good one. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye bye.